Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mila. You're at Alexandrian Archives. I hope you enjoy your stay. Today we have a review video for two books because they are the last two books. They're the books, the sequels in a trilogy, and I already have a singular review for the first one, which I will link down below, so I decided to combine the two for this video. So today we are reviewing Good Girl, Bad Blood, as well as Good as Dead by Holly Jackson, which are book 2 and 3 of the A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, which is a YA mystery. If you're new here, the way that I set up my reviews is I give you a synopsis, the general overview of the book itself, or books in this case, and then I give you my thoughts, my review, my, thought process and stuff like that. And then I say who I would recommend it for. I give you the sort of people that I recommend it for. So we will start with Good Girl, Bad Blood, but I'm going to give a general overview for both of the books because they're literally the same. These are mystery, these are YA. As I said, Good Girl, Bad Blood is the second book, and As Good as Dead is the third book, which is important. You do have to read them in order. However, Good Girl, Bad Blood, which is the second book, has a self-contained mystery, just like A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So, whereas As Good as Dead takes elements of what happened in the first two books and applies them in the third, essentially. So, let's do this. So, for Good Girl, Bad Blood, here is a brief synopsis of it. Pip is not a detective anymore. With the help of Ravi Singh, she released a true crime podcast about the murder case they solved together last year. The podcast has gone viral, yet Pip insists her investigating days are behind her. But she will have to break that promise when someone she knows goes missing. Jamie Reynolds has disappeared on the very same night the town hosted a memorial for the 6th year anniversary of the deaths of Andy Bell and Sal Singh. The police won't do anything about it, and if they won't look for Jamie, then Pip will, uncovering more of her town's dark secrets along the way. And this time, everyone is listening. But will she find him before it's too late? When I tell you this book had a chokehold on me, oh my god! I didn't think that Holly Jackson would have such an impact on me beyond book 1. I thought that probably book 2 will not be as good as book 1. It was better. I think Good Girl, Bad Blood is my favorite out of the 3. Oh my god, it was better. It was better than book 1. The second book in a trilogy was better than book 1. In what world does that happen? Literally never. It literally happens like never. Give me a second. There we go. It literally happens never. Except in a few instances that I can say off the top of my head. But besides that, it rarely happens, especially with a mystery book. Because mysteries, you can only do so much, and then people will, figure it out, right? Pretty quickly. But, man, this book had me in such a chokehold. As I said, this does have a self-contained mystery. So the first book follows Pip as she investigates the murder of Andy Bell. And what actually happened this one, Jamie Reynolds goes missing, and oh boy, I see why people really like this series. I do want to say that this is probably the only series from TikTok that has not disappointed me incredibly, because your girl read Lightlark because of TikTok. Your girl read fourth wing because of TikTok, basically. I think there was another book that I read because of TikTok. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but yeah. Who I would recommend this book for, if you're debating on continuing the series, please do, because if you think Good Girl's Guide to Murder is good, is like one of the good ones, then you're gonna be shocked. There is such a shock factor in this book, it's insane. And then if you're in a reading slump and you read book 1 and you want a mystery to get you out of that reading slump, read this one, because it will most definitely get you out of your reading slump. It will get you out of your reading slump. And I do want to note that you definitely should check trigger warnings, because there are quite a few, actually. So yeah, that is it for the review for A Good Girl, Bad Blood. And so we move on to, my rating for Good Girl, Bad Blood is 5 stars out of 5 stars. And As Good as Dead is the third and final book. And usually third books also don't hit as much. Usually it's book 1 is really good, book 2 sort of goes down, and book 3 usually is able to sort of save it all. In this case, wow, I think book 2 sort of saved it in a sense. So this is the synopsis. Pip is about to head to college, but she's still haunted by the way her last investigation ended, so this doesn't really spoil anything. She's used to online death threats in the wake of her viral true crime podcast, but she can't help noticing an anonymous person who keeps asking her, "Who will look for you when you're the one who disappears?" Soon the threats escalate and Pip realizes that someone is following her in real life. When she starts to find connections between her stalker and a local serial killer caught 6 years ago, she wonders if maybe the wrong man is behind bars. Police refuse to act, so Pip has only one choice: find the suspect herself or be the next victim. As the deadly game plays out, Pip discovers that everything in her small town is coming full circle. And if she doesn't find the answers, this time she will be the one who disappears. Oh my god. Holly Jackson was on something. I need to just sit down with her for just an hour just to ask, where the hell do these ideas come from? Because holy shit, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, indeed. Damn. Okay, a few of my notes, sorry. I like how there's portrayal of PTSD, because we don't see that often in mystery books. Usually it's just one and done. And usually a lot of the time, the person that solves the mysteries, they're usually seasoned detectives, or really it's not that big of a deal. There's not really brutal murder or anything. Not to the point that this one had, I guess. Pip is still young, and figuring out a mystery will take a toll on you regardless of your age, but a harder toll if you're younger. So I really liked that there was this sort of PTSD portrayal, and I feel like the way that Pip handled it, or rather she didn't handle it, was pretty realistic teenage-wise, because I think that's how a lot of us would probably react to that kind of stuff. I felt so bad for her. I just wanted to give her a hug. I just wanted to climb into the book, give her a hug, and say, breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Because I felt so bad for her, and man, it was so rough. It also had me on the edge of my seat. I got a little spooked. There was one point where she gets a call from the stalker. And I was coming out of the car. My dad had picked me up from work. I was coming out of the car. And I was reading, and I was reading as she was talking to the caller. She was like, "Hey, who are you? Who's this? Blah, blah, blah." I got spooked, and then after I had taken a shower and stuff and gotten ready for bed, I was like, no, I'm not gonna read anymore because I'm scared. Clearly, I didn't learn my lesson when it comes to reading mysteries at night, especially with Agatha Christie, but that's what I get, I guess. The twists came out of nowhere. Honestly, there were probably so many hints. And you probably, if you're like a seasoned mystery reader, you could probably point out the plot holes and the cliches really easily, but I'm not a seasoned mystery reader. I've read like a couple of Agatha Christie's and a few mysteries here and there, but that's it. So definitely twists had me on the edge of my seat. Who do I recommend this for? I would recommend this for those that read book 1 and 2. That's the only people I could really recommend this for. If you're on the fence about continuing this book, please do. About continuing this series, please do. And definitely check trigger warnings because, oh boy, there are quite a few. So, that is it for this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down below. And I will check out my socials, and I will see you in the next one. Happy reading!